Hello everyone and welcome back to the Malakai Makaisson campaign. The Masters of Innovation must continue on. We do have some Skaven right here in front of us. Let's see whether we can attack them. Looks like they are going to run away. They probably have giant armies back here, which is why they're running away. So while they are running away, I'll just go deprive them of Karak 8 Peaks, since it has no reinforcements, and will then give me a fortified position to fight from. So appreciate the Skaven desire to skitter flee. Now, they might be able to come pin me in to Karak 8 Peaks on the next turn. It looks like they very well could, but I could probably get reinforcements up there before they're able to do too much about it. It is a huge settlement we just took off their hands here. We do have a special building, which we were able to get. I'm trying to think, I might go ahead and say merge these two units because they were kind of weak. And then we can't get any more. Well, I think we actually can get another Grudge Settler unit. What do they do special about these? It seems like all these guys kind of have something special. These guys have armor sundering. Maybe that's just built in at this point. Let's grab them another unit here just to kind of give some extra strength into that army. They should replenish rather quickly. I can't recruit anything else super quickly, so I'll kind of leave this army as is. Lightning Strike would be good, potentially, with all these Skaven around, so I'm actually going to try and finish that up, and it delays the reinforcements if we end up in a fight against the reinforcements, which that could be handy. Let's see. Zephyr, Resolutes. I mean, nothing super important here. We'll probably just go ahead with Overseer. Let's take a look at some other skill points while we're in here. Yep, we got more. Our Demon Slayer here. Looks like we were working... Actually, it looks like he was just brought over from another faction because he doesn't really have the skills here that I would have preferred. But that depends on the army. We haven't actually built this army, so it's going to be a... I think we were putting together a Slayer army, if I remember right, for this one. I don't know, hang on. Which one was that I was just trying to upgrade? That was a different army. Hold on, we'll go find him. This guy. There's gyrocopters, we have some slayers, some thunderers, cannons, never mind. So this is not necessarily a all slayer focused army. We do have that master engineer we need to pull in here. And speaking of that engineer, or that army I had with the spirit characters is gonna need an engineer as well, which I'm not sure that we have one at the moment. And I don't think we can recruit one from here either. Yeah, we don't have the right building to recruit one from here. I don't need this Bugman's building here. Let's go ahead and build our defenses. We did have a couple of settlements that had Skaven Undercities in them as well. Thank you all for mentioning that at the end of the last episode. So let's go destroy those Skaven Undercities. So we got to sacrifice our money to the Horn Rat in order to avoid having a warp bomb built underneath us. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, the Undercities are destroyed. I was gonna make a move on Clan Scryer over here. I imagine that the Vampire Coast is none too friendly with me either. These Brimstone, okay, they're not Brimstone guns. That's good, because the Brimstone guns would suck. They are not gonna be good. This army is basically a sit still and let the thunderbarge do its work type of army. However, that is gonna be more difficult against the Skaven, but with the cannons and the flame cannons, we can still potentially handle the Skaven from range. What is the deal with Aranessa? She's at war with the Wood Elves. We're about to face a Skaven Tide. I'm not technically at war with Clan Scryer. I don't necessarily want to sit here and do nothing. But I mean, we're going to be at war with Clan Scryer as soon as this thing kicks off. And in fact, if anything, they'll come back and fight us regardless. I'm going to move down here and see whether we have an opportunity to go after them. Oldest is still trying to find these beastmen. We'll just have to continue to chase them. And then Ungrim is at war with the ogres. I would love to make peace with the ogres for a turn, but I need to go retake Mount Silverspear first. So I'm going to force march so I can get over to Mount Silverspear as quickly as possible. This lord's still facing off against vampires that really aren't doing anything. And I can't declare war on them for whatever reason. They're summoned by the building that I built, but it doesn't allow me to declare war on them either. So it's kind of a strange situation. I don't really know what to make of it. Let's see.
Gonna need a remembrance.
Garrison Lord not moved, so we've got our Garrison Lord here at Dockkraz. So we finished this army as well. And we got a lot of greenskins to our south. Looks like Grom is working for Wurzag, the Great Green Prophet. And looks like Elspeth is down here. And I have to admit, her army is completely and totally negligent. Only 1 unit of guns. She ought to be ashamed of herself. And really should be doing better. That is not how one runs the Gunnery College. If you want to know the proper way to build an Elspeth army, feel free to watch my Elspeth campaign, where I teach my enemies the true meaning of pain and suffering through the art of Nuln Ironsides. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and check out our heroes here that need to level up. Our Runesmith has pretty much all the stuff that he could use. Let's finish up Sharpen Weapons.
Let us begin.
Thane has pretty much all the important stuff here as well. Maybe a spread control. Nothing else to do there. Now we just have buildings that are available to us, and if I am going to build stuff, I'm really worried about a Skaven Tide popping up here, back home, near Hell Pit. And I'm pretty sure it's going to. I might go ahead and spend the money to upgrade Hell Pit. Frozen Landing, we probably ought to start upgrading these places as well. And let's upgrade that. Okay, that'll be enough for now. We have a commandment to issue. Go ahead and do this one for now. And another commandment to issue. This one's gonna be the Southern World's Edge Mountains. And it looks like I was trying to build more Oath Gold stuff here. Alright, that's gonna be all the money I have, so let's just go ahead and issue the commandment here. Another commandment. This is gonna probably be the stuff that we took with Thorek when we confederated him. It's almost certainly what it is. Alright, now we can end our turn. Alright, it looks like Malakai is being asked to join Kastalton in murdering the World Walkers, and I will oblige them as long as none of my units are going to get auto-resolve killed. They did not. That is good. I'm just going to grab the replen real quick. And then Greasus is going to keep begging us for peace. I'll counter-offer that. You give me Mount Silverspear. Okay, well, if you're not willing to, then you don't want peace, and you're gonna die. So, the decision was yours. I thought I was being rather generous there to allow you to live for a few more turns while I'm busy killing the Crooked Moon, but if your gut would rather travel back to the Great Maw sooner rather than later, that can be arranged. Speaking of arranged, holy cow, look who showed up on our doorstep. Is the Dancing Green Prophet in a massive army of reinforcements. Holy boar riders, Batman, that is insane. He has 8 boar riders and a boar... No, he has more than that because there's more down here. That's like 15 units of boars in total. I mean, someone is really enjoying the barbecue at this point. I'm going to actually fall back. We might still have to fight them. We did not. So we'll see if we can pick them off one by one. That would be preferable in that case. All right, we discovered another Undercity. So the Skaven are going to try and steal a steady supply of our money by forcing us to destroy Undercities, and that's not exactly a big surprise to me. Destroyed the Undercity at Death Gorge. I'm going to move up here because we got this army. Did they confederate with Clan Moors? It sure looks that way. Technology. I think that they confederated with Clan Moors, so we're gonna have to deal with them. So we've got the Skaven moving up on us. I think, was that the only army I ended up keeping down here with Thorek? It looks like it. Or maybe he had another one further north. I don't remember what exactly we got into. I don't know what we're gonna do with this guy, so I'm just gonna try to assassinate their guy here. It didn't work. Shocking, I know. Yeah, the Skaven have a pretty good force put together down there at Crooked Fang Fort. They didn't attack me here, and I I would say that's a mistake, but I'm almost certain they have another army down there, and they're just waiting for me to step into it. I think what I'm gonna do is hit an ambush stance right outside of 8 Peaks and see if we can lure these Skaven armies up, because I'm pretty certain that they're there. And I can't make it all the way up there with Brombrindle. That's a little bit frustrating, but is what it is. All right, Mount Silver Spear, probably no, it's not still out of reach. We're gonna be able to get there, and we're gonna be able to kill Greasus, and then I will potentially grant him his peace treaty. I say potentially because it really depends on what I feel like. But I have another army that I'm using to fight Greasus that, again, I could pull back over to use against Crooked Moon. Okay, let's see here. That same army. See, I would be starting a whole new... Let's go hit Karak Vlag and maybe destroy that camp that Greasus has right next to us, and then we'll offer him a peace treaty, because I think that'll put him in a maximum bad position and leave me in a stronger position. All right, so Malakai helped with the taking of Doom Keep. If we do take this next one, I'm just going to hand it over to Castald, and I'm going to move over there and potentially act as reinforcements again, if that's what he would like. And then, of course, I have Thorgrim here, who can hit Troll Fjord. So we're definitely punching our enemies in the face everywhere that it is an option. I really wish I knew what these vampires were doing, or how I could go to war with them or something, because it's kind of driving me crazy. This army, I need to tear something down here so that we can... I have other places I can build this Oath Golder, and I'm going to tear that down so I can build defenses here and maybe not have to sit here and guard this place. That would actually be my preference at the moment. Let's start looking for... I tore down a bunch of stuff so I could build Oath Gold. I think that's going to be down in Thorgrim, or Thorek's old territory. I keep saying Thorgrim. Thorek. Not to be confused. Speaking of, where is Thorek? Is he injured? We need to recruit him. Yeah, Ironbrow's injured. He comes back in 2 turns. We'll put him in control of one of these armies, and then we'll probably have to get a bunch of Quarrelers into his army, because I think that he does good buffs on Quarrelers, but we may have to reset his skill points if the AI has done a crappy job with his skill points. That's something for us to bear in mind. I'm kind of just going through all of our upgrades at this point. A lot of these, though, don't... I mean, this line right here will help me a little bit. Let's go do it. And this one, too. I'll go ahead and do both of those lines. I'm going to save up our Oath Gold for one more turn. I'm going to just kind of stay in the ambush stance right here. And then Belagar was moving up against Clan Scryer. This is always a bit of a dicey proposition, because we just don't know what all they have around here. Skaven are quite sneaky. Can we attack this army? No, I cannot. All right, I'm just going to move up and irritate these guys. Stay in my underground stance. Right, we had to run back over here. That did split up their 2 armies. Unfortunately, we took a little bit of attrition on the end of that last turn. Nothing big, though. This probably would give me an opportunity to destroy Wurzag at the very least. We can destroy him and then run back into our territory to replenish, I think. So let's go ahead and fight this battle. He will get a Wa reinforcement, but nothing too special within that, other than more boars, of course. I get this battle rolling. I do have some cannons in range, and my thunderbarge is up here to harass these boars while they try and wait on the reinforcements. Thunderbarge should be able to cause some fairly substantial damage. The cannons as well, potentially. They missed there. These cannons have... Yeah, they do have double gold chevrons. It's right out at the edge of their range, though, and the boars moved off. They're trying to meet up with their reinforcements. I'd love to spear Wurzag. The spear has been missing almost every time I use it these days. Let's see. Ooh, didn't miss there. Took off a big chunk of his hit points, almost a quarter. There is a little bit of ranged action back here, some Savage Orc Air Boys, but they don't have a lot of range, which honestly should allow me a good opportunity. Now remember, they did nerf the thunderbarge in patch 5.1. It's going to do its damage more slowly. I don't know how severe the nerf is. I guess I can understand why they nerfed it, because it was causing tremendous damage. I kind of wish they hadn't, because I was enjoying it so much in campaign, but I'm assuming that a lot of their nerfs have to do with just general balancing of everything, and the dwarves did pick up a ton of power, and they really didn't nerf much else for the dwarves. In fact, I think they buffed some of their infantry just slightly, so they may have been trying to make it to where they did tune the thunderbarge down a little, but gave the dwarves some other nice benefits all at the same time. I'm going to move over back towards the center of this formation. We picked up a quick 20 kills with the thunderbarge, and Wurzag, of course, took a big hit there. I'll probably target him. I have a front line of iron breakers. We should mess up people pretty badly on the approach. I also have a flame cannon, and then I have a lot of units guarding the rear of my army, so I don't think their army of boars will find a whole lot of success. They do cause armor piercing, though, so who knows? We'll see. I think, are they waiting? No, they're moving the reinforcements. I was wondering whether they're waiting on me to attack them, but I think they're just gathering all their reinforcements together, doing kind of AI things where they don't want to attack until they've meticulously realigned all of their troops into a very fine line that suits their needs perfectly. I better watch out for those archers, actually. Oh, crap. We got hit by FG to get. We can't move. That kind of sucks. Oh man, here comes this nonsense. I think that's Edbutt or something. Of course, everything's missing. I'm gonna go ahead and Thunderburn a little bit, get out of range of these archers. If we get down below half, we do have the possibility of some healing popping up here too, so I'm gonna just kind of cruise right up here in front of those. But I'm gonna stay in front of... All right, Wurzag is now a potential target. I'm going to open up on him with the cannons. We could be targeting these boar boys over here. And I'm not going to target the cannon with them, but I will point some thunderers out that direction. Another Edbutt coming in. All right, my cannons missed Wurzag there. I think my thunderbarge is blocking some of their shots. So I'm going to move out of the way just a little bit here. Wurzag is kind of retreating, actually, because he's under fire. It's not the worst idea for him to retreat some, rather than just get absolutely savaged. Speaking of savaged, the boar boys, here they come. Reposition a few units to meet their advance. I do have fire at will and defensive stance on with my iron breakers, so should be in a good position. We've still got 52 kills already with the thunderbarge. Definitely not quite what it used to be made of, but still seems to be causing some pretty severe damage. These boar boys are about to get lit up by iron breakers. I'm going to put, yeah, all those guys, I'm gonna actually just put all of my infantry into a defensive stance. I don't want anybody chasing anybody. Bring my hammers over to clobber this guy. We're not having much of an effect on Wurzag with the cannons. He is rather effectively dodging us at the moment. I'm actually going to target some other targets, see if we can cause some damage here. The boar boys are in a heavy assault here, but they're not really finding much advantage here. I'm going to keep some units in reserve. All right, Thunderbarge is still doing its thing. I might turn around and spear Wurzag. The Thunderbarge's in a good position to get a lot of kills where it's at. Oh, a foot of Gork. He hit his guys every bit as hard as he hit mine, so... And our spear missed again. That's really rather frustrating. I'm going to move over to this other flank with the Thunderbarge. I'm gonna pull back just a little bit here with the Thunders, see if we can get back into shooting range. We're getting attacked pretty heavily on this flank. Okay, our flame cannon is knocking out the archers. The archers are just heavily focused on the Thunderbarge. The Thunderbarge, of course, is just busy causing tremendous damage to everything living. And if there was vampires here, it'd be causing tremendous damage to the unliving. All right. Okay, we got the heal on the thunderbarge. They're following it with their archers. That's fine. It's kind of pulling their archers across my formation. A lot of enemies here. I would love to be able to shoot some of these guys and feel like I should be able to, but some of my units aren't really able to fire here. We got a boar boy that broke through us over here. Oh, they're gonna knock one of my cannons off of its ability to fire there, I think. I'm gonna actually take both cannons and target Wurzag anew. Keep my thunderbarge kind of swarming this flank. It's up to 127 kills. They definitely slowed down the rate of kills on it. And I'm not sure that I approve. It's still good. Like, it's definitely still causing a lot of damage, but it is an expensive and slow-moving piece that is also, in turn, extremely vulnerable to missile fire. So, wow, Wurzag is trying to go ham here with all of his magic at the last second. Sounds like something he would do. I'm gonna bring the thunderbarge. I can't move it, actually. I think we got effigy to get. Yep. Wurzag just thinks he's cute here. All right, we got rid of some more of their units behind my line here. Let's get ready to interrupt more boar boys that are charging us. Okay. All we got to do is just drive back a few more greenskins. I would love to have actually killed Wurzag here. We did end up with a couple of hundred kills still on the thunderbarge, so I mean, it's definitely still a damage-dealing powerhouse in the right situations. But I mean, they definitely slowed it down. That kill total probably would have been closer to 300 or more if we would have been pre-patch. So definitely see a little bit of please there. Let's see if we can. I don't think we'll kill Wurzag. Is he healing? He's not healing, but my cannons are very slow to fire for whatever reason, and they're not really tagging him up very good. We just picked up a good hit there, though. I think the terrain back there may have been a little bit weird. Let's go ahead and end the battle. All right, well, we had a pretty big victory there. We definitely didn't want to take on both of those armies. If we had 2 thunderbarges pre-patch, we might have been able to take that on, but not really in the best position to go at it right now. I do need to get back into friendly territory, and I would like to keep my distance from Mr. Gut there. Pull back over here. He might be able to reach us still. I don't think he can reach us without going into forced march. He can, though. So, like, if they come together, we may get forced to fight a battle over here that I would really rather not. I'm in a forced march, so there's not much that I can do about it at this point. I guess I could have tried to go into like a hidden stance, but I don't think they'll pursue me. Again, though, they might if they think they can gain the advantage there. And I think they could, based on the situation. So we had the wrong skill points handed out here to this lawyer, which is a little bit frustrating. So I'm actually going to put some of those into tactician. We need to help increase our artillery. Thorgrim's got skill points. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see if I was going to put something on Thorgrim right now. Finished all that stuff that I wanted to. I guess we could just increase his damage output. And his engineer, looks like we were working on specialist. Another engineer here, but we're going to finish up our 42 pounders. Another engineer. We'll do hand load here. Dragon Slayer, Dragon Slayer. Let's put one in Mentor. And let's finish up Stubborn Defiance. That's a good one. Yep, more skill points. So we got Thanes. Let's do the Unfaltering. Get the 10% hit points. That seems like always a good way to go. Bow Seeker. And we can get... I don't know what's in his army, so I'll have to look at it. Let's go ahead and go with Woundmaker over here. More skill points. Let's go with increased mobility. Open the cask. All right, I think we took care of all the skill points. looks like we have another army that we could potentially put together here at Karak 8 Peaks and send into combat. Let's see what else we were going to do. We ended that turn, so I think no, that army's already moved. I don't really want to move this army. If anything, we would want to just recruit to it. And I would like to have a thunderbarge in pretty much every army because they're so dang good. I'm also going to need some cannons. So let's go ahead and let that get going. And then let's go down to Thorax territory. And I think I intended to build some more Oath Gold support down here, though we have some obsidian trade there we should take advantage of. Grab some Oath Gold with that. Some Oath Gold there. Alright, we need better defenses here. Snag some Oath Gold. Oath Gold. Exotic animal trade. Alright, getting some good infrastructure lined up here. Let's go check our home territory here. We got this one started previously. We can now upgrade the tier 3 defenses at these two settlements. And we can upgrade the tier 4 defenses at Krakadrak, so that'll help protect our capital. We can increase our gemstone trade, and we'll also knock up to a trading warehouse and then start doing some building there. We got another lord not moved. This is the army that I didn't have an eye on that was out in territory. Okay, so this explains why my upkeep was so low then. Let's head back to our own territory. That's good. It means we have another army to work with, and we probably will. Let's end another turn. All right, well, we figured out where the rest of the Ripper Horn was at. They're actually at the Burning Monolith right now, so we'll know where to travel towards. So they are still just running around in the great expanse of the Chaos Waste, just trying to stay a few steps in front of me so that they don't have to fight me. But yeah, that was back here, the Burning Monolith. So we are headed in the right direction. I'm going to see if I can just kind of pound towards these guys and try and cover some distance and find them. I'm wasting an entire army on this, and I don't really much appreciate it. We did get more Undercities. Let's go take care of those. So here's one of the Undercities that was at Mount Silverspear. So we're going to have to continually deal with this nonsense. Tear down that Skaven Undercity. There was another one. Yep, right here. They place. Tear down that Undercity. So there goes over 4,000 gold as a tribute to the Great Horned Rat. Alright, so the Skaven are building up an army here. They do have a Warp Lightning Cannon. I hate Warp Lightning Cannons with a flaming passion. They have a rather large garrison, including a Plague Claw catapult. I don't really want to fight that at the moment. We're going to be fighting it soon, but I don't want to fight it right next door to him because it's just going to give them all the advantages and give me none. So, no thanks. I could do without that. I'm going to put some defenses at the vaults because we are likely to be facing some significant levels of enemies soon. Alright. Stoughton is taking his time. Come up to the Greyling Moot, so I'm going to sack it, basically. Won't get much from it, but I'll just sack it. And that way it'll be super easy for him to take. It'll give me a little bit of extra money as well, and then I can head into the airship and camp stance and then move on towards the monolith here. Alright. Thorgrim. This definitely seems like overkill right now, spending effort killing these guys. I'm a long ways off from my own homeland, and probably not having a whole lot of impact here, but my bigger concern is that we could start getting wrapped up in the Chaos Waste if I take my armies too far away, so I'll probably go ahead and sail back out here with Thorgrim. We're going to have to continue to operate up there. And then Grombrindle was coming to intercept an army of Crooked Moon, and of course they just ran off, because that's what goblins gonna goblin. Alright, so we're going to chase them. I'm going to destroy the Crookback Mountain camp here. And with that destroyed, I may go ahead and offer peace to old Greasy McGoldtooth here. because I now have them in a pretty... Oh, no, never mind. We want to take Karak Vlag and then offer it to him. Like I said, maximum damage infliction. So we'll do this. We have a lot of Oath Gold at the moment. We're up to 1,000 Oath Gold per turn just from our buildings, which is pretty cool. Let's, in fact, go into the Forge and take care of some business here in a moment. But with Karak Vlag, let's work on securing this province. Okay, so we'll be securing that province. And let's do some upgrades here. We start with Inspiring Presence, check all of our... See, Ulrika picks up a skill point. She's moving along rather slowly, but it's because she's in the army that's just running around the Chaos Waste, pointlessly chasing beastmen. So I'm not exactly surprised. Deadly Blade. Requisition. Deadly Blade again. Replenish troops. Open the cask. Alright, that's all of our upgrades. We just need to finish moving armies. This is really annoying. There's nothing I can do about the vampires at the moment. I don't have the money to fortify there because I already spent it elsewhere, so I'm just going to skip that army. Don't really care about that or that. Hero not moved. Do I need this hero in either of these armies down here? This army has 2 engineers. An army only has 1. I mean, I don't necessarily need this Thane right now. I'm just going to kill the Thane off because we're just paying upkeep on him that we don't need. All right, end another turn here. Wurzag wants a peace treaty. It's probably because he's weak, and I have multiple armies potentially that can come and fight against him, so I don't know if we're going to grant him that right now, but good to keep in mind for later, so I'm going to decline. Hopefully he doesn't come kill me for it. Doesn't look like he did. Because he had that army potentially in a position to annoy me. These guys are going to lose at the Fortress of the Damned. That's hilarious. And then we're going to finish that turn. So the siege ready for duty. All right, so Thorek is ready to take over duty of an army. Let us take a look at that real quick. Which army? We need an army with a ton of Quarrelers. And that would be this army right here. We can get Quarrelers. Quarrelers, great weapons. Yeah, let's probably do it with, yeah, this army. Let's go ahead and put this army in a standard formation. We will remove... Why can't I change this lord out? All right, we're gonna kick him. Pull in Thorek. Did we have Joseph Bugman that I saw there? Maybe it's a different one. Just available lords. Where's Thorek? Oh, there he is. He's at level 43. I'm gonna have to look at what they did with this skill tree. I may have to injure him and bring him back after we fix his skill tree, depending on what they've done with him. Yeah, his skill tree is absolutely ignorant. Dadgummit. Now we're gonna have to wait like 5 more turns for him to come back. Ay. Alright, whatever. We'll await his return. It doesn't really matter who's in this army in the time being. I'll just throw this Demon Slayer in there.
Demon Slayer.
Because why not? The upgrades that they did on Thorek were absolutely awful. But we can get the army ready for Thorek's return. They did increase the range of Trollhammers. I did not know this, so that was a thing that changed in the patch. So they are actually quite capable now at destroying monsters. We'll keep 1 unit of them. I don't want these grudge throwers. I'm going to replace those with something else. And I definitely don't want brimstone guns, as they are utterly and totally worthless. A dwarf warrior is a little bit low caliber for what we want in this army, so I'm going to kind of trim the fat in that army, and we're going to start replacing it with stuff that's more appropriate. So we'll start getting in some Quarreler great weapons, because Thorek can buff those to a ridiculous degree, and I fully intend to. I don't think his stuff applies to Bugman's. If it does, then we would actually probably rather have that. You all let me know in the comments. I can't remember at the moment. I do know we want a thunderbarge there, so I'm going to get that. And we're also going to need some cannons in his army as kind of standard issue. And then we're going to probably need a few more units to kind of hold up the main line as well, which means I might just drop a couple iron breakers. Malakai is going to be able to move. I can earn some money by sacking this settlement here. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, not much to see here. Oh yeah, we'll sack that. That's going to be some big money. Big money. Settle some grudges. We'll start replenishing right here. That's going to leave Gestalten here to kind of just finish the mop-up process. But yeah, we got big money off of that. That was definitely worth it. Worth it all the way. These guys are going to lose again. Good for them. Losing once is one thing. Losing twice, that takes talent. So, kudos to them. All right, Grombrindle's still chasing the goblins. You know, like they're just skitter fleeing straight back into the mountains, and I'm going to follow them all the way there. Let's go ahead and offer the peace treaty to Greasy. He wants it. I'm going to balance it, though. I'm going to steal as much of his assets as I can. We just stole 10,000 gold off of him, too. And we are going to kill him later. That's for darn sure. Grudges will be repaid. But in the meantime, that gave me a trash load of gold all in one turn. And a great opportunity here to come and assault the Crooked Moon with Azag and his multiple spiders. I think I'm going to just siege them in, actually.
Attack them.
And Oldus is still chasing his beastmen foe. Just gonna move up on these guys as quick as I can. They had another army that probably did like a Three Stooges thing and went off like Curly in the opposite direction here. I will deal with these guys as best I can. Probably not a whole lot I can do about them at the moment. I want to upgrade buildings up here to help make it better, but that's just, they're going to get in front of me and just go attack those buildings, so it's just going to be a nuisance. Let's work on triangulation. Take a look at the other skill points that we have here. None. Lord is still not moved. I still can't do anything about the vampires. This is infuriating. Like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to get rid of these vampires. How could I force a war with these guys? They won't let me declare a war on them. How could I force a war on these guys? I can't even see them here in the... Is that them? No. Yeah, we can't even see them there, so I don't know what we do about these guys. It's annoying. Like, I'm kind of keeping an army here to do some guarding, but I just don't know what to do. The stupid vampires here. If I can build up enough defenses, maybe we don't have to deal with it. All right, well, we don't have to deal with Greasy, so I'm going to take this army and move down out of the mountains and back towards the Crooked Moon so I can consolidate my forces in that direction. The Skaven did not fall for any shenanigans here, so I'm going to hide again and see whether we can pull off that upset. Belagar had to back up because we just don't quite have a good handle on what's going on in Skaven Blight. I could attack Aranessa and take her stuff, but if we end up in the middle of a Skaven tide, I don't want to have to deal with that as well. I can basically tell her to leave my territory, even though I'm trespassing hers. How do you like that? That's some good hypocrisy right there, folks. Yeah, we're waiting, so that's appropriate. At this point, we just have a lot of money to spend on buildings if we want. Let's see, did we end up with any undercities? Let's go to our messages. We have so many settlements, and I don't know if there's like a quick thing that shows undercities in these places. We could just bounce this through here and take a check. I think if we... Yeah, there we go. Blackrock Eternal Regret. I'm not super worried about that. Let's just keep kind of cruising through here. Stone Mine Tower. I do want to rebuild the Tower of Crack a little bit better. If nothing else, just for the funny name that it has. Torca is not a particularly important settlement for me, but I can actually defend it if I build up one more time. Might as well get the extra animal trade. Let's put in some defenses, and I'm going to be out of money. We got a garrison lord that's not moved. That's our army at Hell Pit. I don't really have the money to recruit with it right now, so I'll have to end a turn. All right, the greenskins are sallying out to fight us. They got reinforcements as well, so we have to fight. Skarsnik came this way. He was busy running from my other army, but figured that he could fight this one. So I think what I'll do actually is just retreat and then attack them with both my armies. Oh no, this is funny. I retreated from there, and then they sent Azag out alone to attack Crombrindle. That was a mistake. All right, we're ready to crush some greenskins. They do have some artillery. I'm gonna try and bring some of it down. I think my gyro bombers should be able to lay some waste to. We're gonna get hit with some magic missiles. Go evasive there. Dodge a little bit. They got some spider riders after me here too, but I need to get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of this goblin rock lobber. My cannons are just outside of range, but I think if we get rid of the rock lobber, they're not gonna try to exercise any real ranged advantage. I'm gonna get out of there. We did some tremendous damage to it. Oh, they got a doom diver. 2 of them in the back, actually. But they did attack me, so I do believe... Oh man, that's not what I want. I think we got heals, though, if they go too much damage there. Okay, our cannons now have targets. Oh, do they ever. They are pooping on those river trolls. Alright, so we are being shot at. We're being poisoned. So our barge is a little slow, but those 4 spider riders are taking a pretty good savaging for their troubles. I guess I'm gonna target the Arachnarok spider first. Since all the big monsters are charging me down first, there's no reason for these guns to actually be ahead of my line at the moment, so I'm gonna put them behind my line, because they should still be able to shoot over the top. And I'm gonna come turn Grombrindle around back here. He is being shot at by the Doom Divers. They will actually hit him pretty easily and cause a pretty good amount of damage as well. Well, one of the spiders got savaged by the cannons. That's perfect. And my Thunderers should... Oh, yeah. Thunderers are about to be doing some good work here. All right, here comes the initial wave of enemies. I'm going to use Gromby to kind of intercept them. We need to keep focused on the Arachnarok spiders. They're going to be target priority number 1. But we also need to deal with Azag. He might make a run for my flying units. I'm going to slow it down for just a second so I can adjust the targeting here. We took out 1 Arachnarok. I'm going to target my Thunderers on 1 and cannons on the other. And then let's target Azag here with my... some of my range units, and I'll target him with this guy as well. I'm gonna flash bomb him, see if we can slow him down a little bit. All right, yeah, the the Doom Divers, not Trollhammers, Doom Divers still causing me a lot of issues. The spiders are definitely gonna go down. Just a matter of time here. Okay. Alright, Azag is slowed down pretty significantly. I'm going to try and spear him. That initial wave is coming in. We've got 1 spider down, another one very nearly down here. It's being targeted by my Thunderers. It's retreating. And it should be dead. I really want to kill it. Put another volley out there. Kill it. It's shattered. Regardless, I'm going to back up just a little bit. Grombrindle held the main line. Did a good job. We're getting really harangued hard here on this flank. I'm going to move my Slayers over to support. Azag landed in my Hammers. He's about to get into my... He did get into my cannon crew. I'm going to move the cannon crew back, but Azag is getting savaged pretty hard as well. In return. Alright, so one of my cannon crews is going to have to remount its equipment. And my Slayers arrived as backup, but I'm not even... Oh, dang, they took a ton of friendly fire there from the thunderbarge, but we savaged his army and sent them packing. So that's going to be the end of that battle. I figured that one would be a pretty sound thrashing to Azag's forces, and that it was. I'm going to put a volley out here into these river trolls as they retreat. See if we can take a few of them out of the battle. Indeed we did. All right, so the enemy paid a pretty severe price for that attack. All right, well, I figured that would be a victory, and that was a lot better situation for us. So that's going to be one of Crooked Moon's armies dealt with, and now we can deal with Skarsnik's on our own. Wolfric's probably begging for peace, but he ain't getting none. And what do the elves want? Trade agreement? Yeah, that's going to be very lucrative. We are happy to take that. All right, so I would say that this is a successful episode. We have a crap load of Oath Gold that we need to go and use, and we will be on the next episode. We do have an Undercity. I'm going to try and knock out that Undercity. Where did it go to? They made an Undercity on me, but I can't remember where it's at. Is it down to my south, maybe? Karak Asga. Oh, there's two of them, but one of them is on Sinch, I think. Yeah. Wait, is that... Or this one's ours. Okay, there we go. Knew it was around here somewhere, so we just have to sacrifice some more money to the Horn Rat to make him happy. There's some characters that popped up here. Level 39 Runesmith. I mean, it seems like we probably want to put that to work. Throt's just still hanging out over here. Doesn't want to attack us. He's being extremely defensive. Again, this is going to leave these two armies in a bad spot here. I'm going to attack... actually, if I move this army... Watch. I'm going to move this army right up in here. Now we can tag team. Grumbrindle lost a unit. Did we lose a unit? Maybe we got an injured hero or something. Hostile hero, assault unit, success, rating. Huh. I don't know how we lost a unit in that, or maybe we just hadn't regained it. But now I can get both of these armies in one. He's going to try and flee, but we'll still be able to do the 2-for-1 thing here.
It is time.
How come I can't attack this? Oh, we're stuck on their stupid settlement.
The dwarfs need me.
How annoying. Well, they are going to get away for this turn, unfortunately, because of the way I got stuck on their settlement here. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe out their settlement and occupy it so that my guys can replenish, and then they'll have no such thing in the vicinity. In fact, if I just move right here, they won't really be able to do anything about it. So we'll still have gotten the better of them, even though it's a little bit of a frustrating end. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see y'all soon with some more action in Total War Warhammer 3.